Well, thank you so much for joining us today. 100% certainty, I have the best Attorney General job in the nation, working with this governor. And I tell him this all the time, safe communities don't happen by accident. And any time I have come to him, that you have come to him with a problem and said, this is happening, no, that can't be happening. How many times have you heard that? That can't be happening. Or when I hear about some of these national issues, like, why is that happening? Whenever you bring it to this governor's attention, he doesn't just sit back and wait to see if it gets fixed. He doesn't just sit back and wait to see what happens to us in Florida. He goes there, he is proactive, he starts talking to people about how we fix it. I really wish this country was run the same way, didn't you? This governor and I were down at our southern border years before our president went there, and when we heard that so many people, traffickers, smugglers, fentanyl poisoners, were headed to Florida, we knew we had to do something. That was years ago. And is it any doubt that we are now seeing fentanyl poison Americans at record rate? Last week, I shared a study that our youngest of children, under 14, the number of our young children that are now poisoned by fentanyl is skyrocketing. It's quadrupled by 2021. We have to do something. We have to take drastic steps. The lethal potency, coupled with the sheer volume that now is in our country and in this state, we have to take drastic action. I'm so thankful we have a governor that doesn't shy away from bold steps to fix problems. And so whether it's protecting our children from candy-wrapped drugs, whether it's making sure we have the funding to dedicate fentanyl strike teams to go after this in our communities. You know, it's a shock to me, and I would implore DOJ and thereby DEA to ensure that they had fentanyl-specific dedicated strike teams and groups in each one of their field offices. That's what we need in Florida, and through this funding and this legislation, we can get there. That's what taking proactive steps and being bold and brave and being a law and order governor means to a strong, safe state. And when you see nonsense in LA, in Portland, in Chicago, in New York, as violence and crime is skyrocketing, when you see leaders come in, those that have run for an executive branch office that are charged with enforcing the laws given to them, say we're now going to try out soft on crime policies and cater more to the criminals than we do to the law-abiding citizens that are trying to keep their kids and families and communities safe. And when you see what's happening, and when drug agents arrest cartel members with tons of drugs and they're released before they see a judge, or someone's arrested 100 times in New York and again they're released, that is not common sense when it comes to criminal justice policy. In fact, common sense does not seem to be very common anymore in many parts of this nation, but it will reign supreme here in Florida. We will not let dangerous offenders get out of jail before they see a judge. We, the people of Florida, Floridians, and I don't just say this as an AG, I say this as a mom, we expect that the judges we elect make the important decisions we charge them with, because there needs to be accountability to we, the people, that trust them with these important roles. And if you have a computer or a staff member or a jail clerk signing off and releasing someone before they ever see a judge, and they're a repeat offender or a dangerous criminal, that's a problem. And that is what you are seeing all around this nation. And that is why I'm so proud of this governor and our legislative leaders that are saying, not up in here. It will not happen in Florida. So if you're thinking about trying out a social experiment here in one of Florida's communities, there will be safeguards, there will be assurances that the community understands the law will protect them, that we won't try out these experiments in your community. And Governor, I have to tell you, in many areas around this nation where they're passing legislation with some of this insane policy, even prosecutors, law enforcement, they're coming together and saying these policies will be disastrous. Look at our crime rates already. They will be disastrous. They're even calling some of these policies the Safety Act, trying to scam their populace. But not here. You know what today's announcement is about? It's about the real Safety Act. And we thank Governor DeSantis, and we thank our legislative leaders. Thank you so much.